In the heart of Chicago, where the city never sleeps, a young couple thought they'd finally found their dream apartment. But from the very first night, a faint sound haunted their walls. A baby's soft cries echoing from above. At first, they thought it was a neighbor, maybe a single mum. But when they checked, the apartment above Unit 404 was sealed shut. Its door covered in dust, untouched for over a decade. The building manager swore no one had lived there in 12 years. Not since the fire that took a young mother and her child. But every night at 3:04 a.m., the cries returned, followed by the whisper of a lullaby that didn't belong to this world. Some say if you listen too long, the crying stops because the ghost realizes you can hear her, and she starts calling your name instead. When Ethan and Rika moved into their new apartment in Chicago, they were thrilled. Apartment 304 was cozy, cheap, and in a historic brick building from the 1920s. The creaky floors and old elevator added charm. They thought they'd finally caught a lucky break. On their first night, while unpacking boxes, Rika paused. "Do you hear that?" she whispered. Ethan tilted his head. Through the ceiling came a faint rhythmic sound, soft cries, like a baby's. "It's late. Maybe someone upstairs has a newborn," Ethan said. But the crying didn't stop. It went on for hours, sometimes turning into muffled humming like a lullaby carried through the walls. The next morning, Rika asked the building manager, Mrs. Howard, about the family upstairs. Mrs. Howard's smile froze. "Upstairs," she repeated slowly. "There's no one in 400 for dear. That apartment's been empty since the accident." Rika frowned. "What accident?" Mrs. Howard's eyes darted toward the stairwell. "You don't need to worry about that. Old buildings make strange noises. Just don't go poking around up there." That night, the crying returned clearer this time. The baby's wails grew louder, followed by the faint hum of a woman's voice. Ethan tried turning up the TV, but the cries seeped through, soft and relentless. At 3:04 a.m. exactly, the crying stopped. Silence hung thick. Then came a whisper, faint but close. "Help me." Ethan and Rika froze. The sound came from directly above their bed. The next day, Ethan went upstairs. The hallway leading to 404 smelled of mildew. The door was covered in dust and cobwebs, and a faded note was taped near the peephole. "Condemned, do not enter." He pressed his ear to the door. Nothing, just stillness. But as he turned to leave, something scratched from the other side, a single, slow drag like fingernails across wood. Ethan stepped back, heart hammering. That night, Rika woke up to the sound of cooing. The baby was laughing now, but laughter soon turned to choking cries. She sat up, shaking Ethan awake. "It's coming again," she whispered. "Please, make it stop." Ethan grabbed a flashlight and headed upstairs. The moment he reached the landing, the temperature dropped. Frost glazed the stair rail. His breath puffed white in the air. When he shined the light at 404, he saw it someone standing behind the door, a silhouette of a woman holding something small in her arms. She was rocking back and forth, and bang, the door shook violently. Ethan stumbled back, tripping down 2 steps. When he looked up again, the figure was gone. He ran back to the apartment, shaking. "No one lives up there," he gasped. "But someone's standing in that room." Rika called the police. 2 officers checked 404 but found it locked tight. "Old pipes. Bad acoustics," one said. "You're just hearing echoes." But later that night, when they played back the voice recording from their phone, they heard something else after Rika's question, a faint voice whispering, "She burned me." Ethan did some digging. 12 years ago, there was a fire in 404. A single mother named Claire lived there with her infant daughter, Leela. Firefighters found Claire's body near the door, but the baby was never found. Locals whispered that she'd been trapped inside the walls. Rika became obsessed. She left out baby toys near the ceiling, hoping to calm the spirit. But every morning, she found them melted, as if burned. Then one night, Rika vanished. Ethan woke at 3:04 a.m. to find the apartment freezing cold. He searched every room, nothing. Then he heard crying again, but this time, it was Rika's voice. He ran upstairs. The door to 404 was ajar. Smoke drifted out, and from inside came the faint hum of the same lullaby. He stepped in. The room was charred black. A broken crib stood in the corner, filled with ashes. On the wall, written in soot, were the words, "Now I'm not alone." Ethan's flashlight flickered. For a second, he saw Hertha, woman in the burned dress, holding a baby. Behind her, Rika's figure stood motionless, eyes hollow, whispering the same lullaby. When the police arrived, the apartment was empty again. But 304's lights never turned off after that. Neighbors say you can still hear 2 women singing together at night, and if you ever walk past 404, sometimes the doorknob turns slowly. as if someone inside is waiting for you to open it.